And the train rolls on right here on WYAB. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Get up out of that bed. Wow, let's hear those feet hit the floor. And let's get going today. I am Chip Matthews, your radio host, your morning alarm clock, your time to wake up. Yes, and I'm here on WYAB. Good morning to you. Okay, so let's see what we're going to do today. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? We're hearing everything in the news. Some of you probably went to sleep last night trying to watch Joe Biden, or you didn't try to watch him at all. But he's coming out trying to talk about Social Security and stuff. The Democratic Party is lost. So now more than ever, and I'm going to say this too, the Republican Party is lost. Yes, because the Republicans have a bunch of rhinos in it who don't want to do the right thing and don't want to do the proper agenda. So what do we do? What do we do? I mean, the Republicans feel like they're winning, yet they always talk about the narrow majority and this, that, and the other. Well, that's a real thing. That exists. And there's nothing they can do about it. And then they constantly worry that they don't have the votes. That's because you have conservatives and then you have rhinos. And we have too many rhinos in office, and we got to do something about it. Okay? I mean, what do you do? What do you do? So let's go through what we're doing. Let's go back through what we said we're going to do all week. We're going to remind everybody that this week is Easter week, Holy Week. So that means this Sunday you are going to go to church. That's right. Just in honor of the person who once told you needed to go to church, the person that drug you to church when you were a child and pinched your arm, my grandmother, my mama. But you got to do that. You got to go. You need to go. You need to get reestablished with yourself. The only person holding you back is you. So look in that mirror there and you go, well, did I vote in the last election? Did you? Look at yourself. Don't lie to yourself in the mirror. It's bad when you lie to yourself. It's sort of like looking in the mirror and just saying, this mirror makes me fat. No, you're fat. The mirror don't lie, you know? And when you start looking into your life at why you are where you are, you're going to realize that it's all your fault. And so the only person that's going to fix you is you. So every morning when you wake up, you've got to do it. Now, somebody said something to me the other day. They said, Chip, this is your third or fourth time running for mayor. Third time, I believe. I'm not sure. I don't care. But anyway, I'm running in a situation that 99.9% of the world would say you can't win in Canton. Well, I'm going to tell you what. Canton is not winning over the last 40 years with the leadership it has had. Same thing in Jackson. And so everybody's going to say independent or Republican can't win. We run as these things because those are the monikers in which you wish us to run as. But the reality is, if there was a Canton party, I would be in the Canton party. Much like I believe that Kim Wade in Jackson would be in the Jackson party. As in, those are the things, excuse me, that we want to fix. Those are the things where we want to feel safe. And my new signs are out. It says, my Canton matters, safe, clean, Chip Matthews mayor. There's some of them up online. You can see them online on Facebook, this, that, and the other. But the reality is that is where we're at. Now, of course, I'm not on the ballot this coming up Tuesday. And the Democrat primary in Canton will be going on. And it'll be between Tim Taylor and a person who is not fit to hold a license to, and then that was judged by the state board. They pulled her license for 10 years for teaching, okay? And her accreditations or whatever you call that stuff. But anyway, she's not supposed to be teaching for 10 years, and she's running for mayor and being backed by the law firm, as I refer to them. We used to have one firm that ran the city. That was a Democratic firm. This is another Democratic firm, and it's been running the city and the county and the district for a long time, and we have got to stand up to it. Got to. And the person that's running, the female that's running in Canton, she might be a great person, but at the forum we had, the first thing she said after everybody had spoken was she had cried about the things she had done wrong, and she felt that God had forgiven her, and I hope God has forgiven her. But the other side of that is you change the test scores from an F to a C to make yourself look better. You're going, if I can get away with this, I look like I'm a great teacher. We don't need fake results. Okay, you wasted our money. You wasted the education of some in Canton, and that's just not good. Now, last night I was watching a story on the Mississippi Miracle, how Mississippi had propped its numbers up, and we went from whatever 49th to 9th in great reading levels. And I don't know if I was watching a Fox or CBS. I like to watch CBS just to hear some lies every once in a while, but I was watching, and they're saying the way we did the numbers is we said if all things were equal, if every state in the United States had the same ratio of people, so they weighted it. And I'm upset about the weighting, and I'm going to go look into it a little bit more, but it was weighted to be racial makeup versus these people versus those people, and if every state was equal. I don't know if that works, but that's the way we got there, and we're bragging about it, and that's good. That's good. We need people in school, but we need to make sure that we're not cheating ourselves. There's nothing worse than claiming the title when you don't have the title. Okay? So I'm trying to look into that because they were showing weighted numbers, and I think it was on Fox. It was on Fox Business they were showing this, and I was just going, I got to look into this. And then when you think about that, you go back to the last reason why we were on national television was for eliminating the sales tax. Well, did we really eliminate the sales tax? I'm still paying taxes. I'll pay taxes next year. And then the gas tax. We didn't cut any taxes. We're not doing what Republicans are supposed to do. We did all of this stuff, and we didn't even get a budget. Why didn't we get a budget? Because we didn't know how much money we were going to get from the federal government. What do we do about that? Good morning, Jolene. Jolene listening in Canton. I see you have a sign in your garden. I sure wish I could get one of mine. We'll find out what I'm doing next Tuesday. It's like I told everybody, I am for Tim Taylor. I am for Tim Taylor in the Democratic primary. Now, after that, I am for Chip Matthews. And it will be a great race because I don't intend to go after him in any dirty form, fashion, or anything and say he can or cannot do anything. My goal is to tell you what I plan to do. Canton needs to be safe. Canton needs to be clean. That's it. Next step, got to get the square full. You've got to bring economies around the square. You got to have a plan. I have a plan. And I've talked to various business owners that said, Chip, if you could just get a hold of that square, we could make it just like Renaissance. And I go, yes, we could, but we got to have control of the square, and we got to have control of, and I mean, I'll have in my office every day, every empty building in Canton, I'll have a piece of paper sitting right there that we can talk about each and every building and what they want and what it needs and what you want to do with it. Because I have opened up many businesses in many various locations around the South. And I know what some buildings can and cannot do, and I can be there and help you. And then we have plenty of people in town that are more than welcome to sit down and talk to you about what Canton needs. But what we need the most is if you took the square and you made it a bunch of restaurants. Let's just say it was all restaurants. Mostly, and then you got in some men's clothing stores, some women's clothing stores, and this, that, and the other. The Canton Square would be where you thought, especially for Easter, you'd be going, let's go to Canton and get our Easter clothes, where we can go to Sunday school and to church. That's the way it used to be. You remember you had Sunday clothes and Sunday shoes? That was the way it was. You dressed up for Sunday and especially for Easter. And then on Easter, at lunch on Easter, after the churches let out, everybody'd be on the square. We'd have Easter egg hunt on the historic uh, courthouse. But y'all, I'm painting a picture of Canton that I grew up in. This place existed. Canton is not Atlantis. Canton used to be a great city to just go visit and be there all the time, and it still is good to go. But when you go, you look at it and you see the potential of a great city, and we've got to get Canton rebuilt. We've got to get Canton rebuilt, and we got to make sure we do not wind up with the wrong people in office this time around because the money's coming. Amazon's fixing to drop money all over Canton and all of the other people at the mega sites. Same for the Coca-Cola plant. And then they're also going to be dropping it all over the Canton School District. And what are we going to do? If we elect the wrong person, then Truly will be running CMU. Yeah, that's the current mayor. He'll be running CMU. The lawyers that will be representing them, we know who they are. They'll be representing all three entities of the big money coming into the city, and the city will be sold. Yes, they've been selling out for years, and it's just getting worse and worse. Look at it this way. Think about the structure of Canton, and now it's finally getting into Jackson. The structure of Canton, 6 aldermen have been caught over the last 12 years. 6 aldermen have been caught with their hands in the cookie jar, with the cheating in elections. You had a school board member that did time, lots of time, for cheating in elections, for voter intimidation. And in Jackson right now, you're looking at the same thing because it's sort of like, we got Canton, now let's run down here to Jackson. Wait till they get the 2 counties. Wait till they get Madison County and Hinds County, because it's coming. It's coming. But Jackson, you're looking at your top guy, mayor, which I don't know how they never got the mayor of Canton. But anyway, they got Choteway on the ropes, but he's still running for office. That's right. Jody Owens, he's on the ropes. You know, and you had some city councilmen that got caught. I mean, this is what we're living with, and we've got to fix the infrastructure of both. We have to vote for good people, and if you don't have good people on the ballot this time, it's your fault for not getting on the ballot and work in your neighborhood. So right now, since you don't have any control other than the people that are on the ballot, you got to pick the worst case scenario and vote for them. That's just it. Then we've got to start working on the next election, and our next election will be supervisors and our congressman. It'll be time to get rid of Benny. Yeah. Gilkey and Grant are still out walking around. Yeah, that's because they're waiting to testify in the Rudy Warnock trial. And the Rudy Warnock trial, yeah, that's the guy who built all the roads and bridges and was the engineer for Madison County and for Canton and for CMU, and he was paying everybody off. Yes, Rudy was paying everybody off, allegedly, and they pled guilty to that. But they're not sentenced until they testify, and once again, they have moved that trial to where it's beyond an election cycle so that it can be swept under the rug at some point because people cover for people, because a guy like Rudy, he had to hire people that were doing asphalt, people that were doing work, people doing this. And, eventually he may just go free. But what's worse is Rudy's up for, let's say, he's going to get 25 years or 30 years or whatever. It's a long period of time. These elected officials that took the money are looking at 5 years probably. And that's just not right. Elected officials who take money and get caught, especially if you get caught, you should do the big ride. I'm sorry. You need to be put under the prison because it's just wrong for us to vote for you and then you do us that way just because you want to get ahead in life. We would like to get ahead in life. We'd like a nice city. And same for Jackson. Crooks need to go to jail. And the ones that were elected and got in office and got caught with a hand in the cookie jar should not get off so easy. That's the reality. Let's take a break here on the Chip Matthews Show. Wake up, everybody. It's time to get up. It's Wednesday. Good morning, Anita Ford. Yes.
Keep it tuned here to 103.9 WYAB.
Hi, this is Lee Atkins for Home Care Plus Medical in Ridgeland, announcing our Mother and Father's Day sale beginning April 2nd. All Pride lift chairs will be $300 to $500 off suggested retail pricing as our Atlanta Braves fan special. So come in, mention you're looking for the Braves special, and we will help you select the best lift chair for you or your loved one. That's right, the Pride lift chair, $300 to $500 off MSRP. Many other items are on special pricing right now as well. So come see us at Home Care Plus Medical in Ridgeland.
I'm here with Lee Bounds of New American Funding. Lee, why is Rita Jensen of Remax Connection your go-to real estate agent?
I highly recommend Rita because she's honest. She just tells it like it is. She has integrity, and I just love referring clients to her because I know when I turn them loose, she is going to take care of them from the start. You'll always be in good hands with her. From the application to the keys, I like to say.
RitaJensen.net. Rita, JENSEN.net.
Pet emergencies don't wait, so why should you? At Urge Vet Emergency Vets of Madison, we offer low wait times and cutting-edge technology to provide fast, expert care for all household pets. Our hours of operation are weeknights 5 p.m. to 8 a.m. and 24 hours on weekends and holidays. Our phone number is 601-790-1918, and follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Because when it comes to your pet's health, trust the team that's fast, reliable, and compassionate.
ABS causes mass hysteria by providing office tech that actually does its job.
Relax. At Advantage Business Systems, we know office technology isn't that exciting, but we do know it is life-changing. Work-life-changing, that is. Because the latest copiers, printers, mailing machines, and even telephone systems can keep your office running smoothly. Visit absms.com. Advantage Business Systems, helping your business do business.
Health has always been reactive, focused on fixing problems as they happen. But with Blue Primary Care, we're taking a proactive approach, working with you to help you understand your health and empowering you to be healthy. It's time to prioritize you, your health, and your life. The results? Less worrying and more living. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Mississippi. It's good to be blue.
Eating at a seafood buffet is a classic Southern tradition, but finding one with fresh, delicious food is hard to do. Well, I found a seafood buffet where everything tastes good. It's Four Corners Steak and Seafood, but it's not just fresh catches from the sea. Come in for perfectly cooked ribeyes, sirloins, and chops from the grill. Make it a routine to stop in before or after the big game. Open for dinner Thursday, Friday, and Saturdays at 4:30. That's Four Corners Steak and Seafood, right off Highway 25 on the way to Starkville. Let's go.
The Tri-County Academy Rebel success in the classroom and on the athletic stage begins with the Tri-County Academy Booster Club. Join the team and be a Rebel by getting involved and volunteering as a booster. Your involvement is the generator for fundraisers, facility upgrades, equipment, uniforms, and all other needs. Tri-County Athletics thrives in part because of our TCA boosters. Join today by calling the TCA main office at 601-879-8517 and help the Rebels continue the championship tradition.
Scammers have many tricks for stealing your money, but the AARP Fraud Watch Network is here to help you protect yourself and your family. During the month of April, AARP Mississippi is shining a light on ways to stop scammers from taking advantage of you. Find out more and learn about events at aarp.org/ms. Again, that website is aarp.org/ms.
Welcome back to the Chip Matthews Show, and here's your host, Chip Matthews.
Oh yeah. Good. Wednesday morning, everybody. Chip Matthews here on your radio, talking to you. Also online on WYEB.com and 103.9 FM. which, of course, we're getting the new, bigger antenna real soon, and y'all will hear us all over. We'll be blowing in your woofer and your tweeters, and it'll be all what it is. But anyway, we're here to tell you the truth about what goes on in the world and in America. That is this radio station. And coming up at 7 o'clock, of course, the world-renowned and local celebrity who is becoming nationwide, the Clay Edwards Show. And remember, coming up at 10 o'clock, yes, 10 o'clock, it's the one and only Jameson Haygood with the Good Fight. And then coming up at lunchtime, we now have Sean and Lindsay. And I think they call it Going Down the Aisle. That'll be coming up at noon today. And then 4 o'clock in the afternoon, the one, the only, the legend that started it all, Radio Strongman, Kim Wade, will be here. And, of course, he is running for mayor of Jackson. And I wish him the best because he has a plan similar to mine. And the plan is, let's cut the crap out. Let's start saving the town. You know, Trump is saving America, and a lot of people don't realize it. And a lot of people are watching their 401ks go up and down, and they hear the word tariff. They don't know what it means. Tariff basically is being put in place to rebuild the infrastructure of America so that we won't get caught with our pants down and somebody declare war on us and we can't make anything. This happened to the South in the Civil War. We had the money, but we didn't have the infrastructure to build. And then up north, they had the infrastructure to build things. So that's that in a nutshell. So we just need to get back to America, being strong, being weak is just a bad place to be. And places that are weak are inside the Benny Thompson district. Yes, the 30 counties of Mississippi, represented by our congressional leader, Benny Thompson. He's got to make you feel good to know that he is in office and taking care of us, which right now he's on his 50-city tour, going to every city in his district and reminding everybody, you got to vote for me and you got to put some money in my pocket or I am not going to let you be the mayor of this town no more. He's working his Democratic towns. He wants to be in control. He's got to control the local government so that he gets his. That's what I believe, and you can't make me believe anything else. And sooner or later, the world will catch up to Benny because, Benny, you're bad and you got to go. And I hope that everybody remembers Benny's only been in office forever, and you say you can't beat him. I promise you, with only 20% of us showing up to vote, 20%, and that includes the cheaters. That includes the cheat vote. That's all that shows up to vote in elections in the Benny Thompson district. That's the truth. In Jackson, they won't have a great turnout this Tuesday. This Tuesday, they may get, let's say they had 24,000 votes last time. It'll be, let's say 19,000. Yeah, 19,000. Because some of the alderman race, the councilman races have been decided now. And once you get down to where there's not another extra bunch of people coming in to the race, it gets worse. Like, for instance, in Canton. Let's talk Canton. You got the Democratic primary. When this Democratic primary is over, okay, when it is over, we will have a Democrat that will be running for mayor. Hopefully it's Tim Taylor. And then we will have all the aldermen picked. So that means in the general election coming up, it will be Mr. Peoples, who's running as an independent from Canton. It will be me, and it will be somebody else. And that's all that's going to be on the ballot. That is all that's going to be on the ballot. It'll either be Tim or Camellia or Kamala, whatever her name is, Walker, and then it will be Mr. Peoples, and it will be myself. And so what your situation is you actually will have change, but you won't have change if people don't get out and vote. You got to get the masses out to vote. It's got to be too big to rig. That's what happened in the presidential election this time around. Democrats didn't have their cheat game on completely. Republicans got out their vote, and Trump made it to office. Now he's cleaning it up, doing what Democrats do, shrinking the government, not wasting any extra money, bringing it back. I mean, he's going, Harvard, why do you need all this money? You got an endowment. You got people paying $60,000 a year to go to school. You got this, that, and the other. You've been there a long time. All your bills should be paid. We still want your money. The federal money. That's just wrong. Good morning, Debbie. Good morning, Ricky Gray. As we watch everybody coming in online. If you want to watch online or whatever, Chip Matthews on Facebook or Chip on X or on YouTube. But anyway, it's a great day in America. It's a great day to get up and wake up and get out running around. And it's always a great day to be looking forward to getting rid of Benny Thompson in another year, or about 15 months. And so anybody running against him, I know old Ron Eller's going to be running again, but anybody wants to run against him, you need to get signed up and get ready to go. You don't sign up yet. You won't sign up till, I think, January. But you need to get your ground game ready. If you're going to challenge even Michael Guest or any of these other people, you got to get your ground game going. You got to get going in the right direction. You got to make some things happen, because the rhinos that we have in office have got to go. The people that do not support the president's agenda have got to go. The people that don't support that, and I mean, right now we don't have any support at the state capitol here, because, and we need to get on the phone and call Tate Reeves' office every day, because he's going to be the one that can call the special session to tell them to bring their butts back and do their job. And their job is to get us a budget. They don't have a budget because they didn't know what monies we were going to have. And you're not, and you know what monies, you just don't know about the free money. You know this money, but you don't know the free money that you're going to get from the federal government. You don't know what's going to get cut. And that's easy, but you got to run the basic government. You should spend what's only in your wallet. If you know what's in your wallet, you can spend that. You don't know, you can't spend something you don't have. And you can't spend something that you were promised by somebody else. That's why we don't need Medicaid expansion, because we would be sitting in this same hole right now. We're already losing, I think, right at $2.5 million. Is that correct? It may be more than that. But anyway, we're missing some money that we're not going to get for some programs that we've run for years, because we're Mississippi. We take handouts from the government. We are a welfare state. And we make sure of it because Benny Thompson is allowed to run his welfare program from the coast to the Capitol to the Memphis, Tennessee line, right there in the lobby of the Peabody. He owns all that Delta space all the way down to Natchez. And all he does is destroy that area because he wants to be able to say, I have gone and got everybody all the money that they want. Well, the government will give me what I need. And Trump, we don't like Trump. We don't like Trump. We're going to put him in jail. Benny Thompson's got to go. Okay, that's my Benny Thompson segment for the morning. We'll be back with more right after this on WYAB. Good morning, everybody. Get up. Get going.
Roofing and gutters. Are your roof and gutters storm ready? The folks at Elite are your local experts in storm protection. Now is the time for an inspection and for proactive solutions that ensure your roof and gutters can withstand any storm. Get up to a possible $250 rebate on a new roofing system for all active military, veterans, and retirees. Online at eliteroofer.com. Pure Air Consultants has always been your go-to for reliable and affordable heating and cooling systems, and now we are offering day and night brand to avoid the 25 to 30% increases that everyone is talking about. With day and night, Pure Air Consultants professionals can install a reliable system with a 10-year system warranty. Call us today for your free quote, 601-939-7420, or online at mypureairconsultants.com.
CBS News Brief. Maryland Senator Chris Van Hollen says he's headed to El Salvador a day after a federal judge ordered the Trump administration to produce records on efforts to bring home Kilmar Abreu Garcia after he was mistakenly deported. His wife, Jennifer Vasquez Sura.
I will not stop fighting until I see my husband alive.
The CIA says the director's messages in that controversial signal chat have been deleted. CBS's Michael Wallace.
The watchdog group American Oversight had sued to preserve the messages, claiming they were federal records, and a judge ordered they be saved. The group says the chats were deleted from Ratcliffe's phone the day before and the day after the judge issued his order.
A blow to trans women in Britain. The nation's Supreme Court has ruled the legal definition of a woman is based on biological sex. Susan Smith with the group For Women Scotland.
The judges have said what we always believed to be the case, that women are protected by their biological sex.
CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
Now for Kubota Orange Days, Davini Equipment is delivering the savings you need for the life you love. Join us on Thursday, April 24th and Friday, April 25th for exclusive deals on America's favorite turf, tractor, and construction equipment brand and more. Our sales staff will help you find the perfect match with special Orange Days financing available only at Davini Equipment. Don't miss this chance to save on the Kubota you've always wanted. So for demos, a free lunch both days, and free advice, visit us on Thursday, April 24th in Raymond and on Friday, April 25th in Madison, 8 to 5 both days. Or visit us online at DaviniEquipment.com.
If you want the best health care, where do you go? The Mayo Clinic. If you want the best care for your vehicle, where do you go? Mayo Auto Clinic in Raymond. Mayo Auto Clinic does foreign and domestic vehicles and diesel repair. Mayo Auto Clinic has ASE certified techs with over 25 years of experience. You can extend the life of your car or truck when you take it to Mayo Auto Clinic. For cost-effective repairs and maintenance, go to the best, Mayo Auto Clinic. Open weekdays at 7 a.m. Highway 18 in Raymond.
Your pie and Gluckstadt is adding to the family. No, not like that. It's the new Pizza Shop sandwiches, like the Italian featuring pepperoni, ham, bacon, black olives, feta, mozzarella, red onion, and that secret ingredient,
Oregano. You mix in something called oregano. Oh, oregano.
Some tasty chicken creations, too, like the chicken bacon ranch served with house-made jalapeno ranch. And as always, express your inner pizza, too. Your Pie Gluckstadt across from Germantown High School.
Pop's Auto Sales on Highway 49 in Florence is where you come to buy quality cars, trucks, and SUVs. Priced to fit your budget. At Pop's Auto, we specialize in trucks. From four-wheel drives to diesels, our satisfied repeat buyers know Pop's has one of the largest truck inventories for any independent dealer, period. Browse Pop's inventory at popsautosalesllc.com and get pre-approved for a zero down payment with approved credit. With warranties and service contracts available. Pop's Auto Sales, your home for trucks. Highway 49 South in Florence.
Welcome back to the Chip Matthews Show, and here is your host, Chip Matthews.
Fire, 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 woman! Never scream fire in a building. But anyway, fire woman, you can scream. Real cold up there for you. I'm working on some new music. I'm going to get us to where we can go back and forth and groove and do everything else that we need to do on a Sunday afternoon. And speaking of Sunday, it is Easter. You will find a church to go to because you want to do the right thing and you need to get on the right path. And going to church on Easter is a lot of people, that's the only time it goes, Easter and Christmas. But let's go ahead and start going to church all the time. Let's get back to gathering. See, that's the problem here. It isn't that you're going to church for the religious of it, which you need. You all need it. You all need to make sure you're going to heaven, but you need it for the community. We don't have places to gather. It's like Canton without enough restaurants in Canton. The people of Canton don't get enough opportunity to gather. The churches are still one place where one day a week we can gather. But used to, we had businesses around the square. You'd walk around, you'd run into people. Like, for instance, right now, the closest thing to gathering is if you go to the Piggly Wiggly. Yeah, and you gather, which as a kid, we all gathered in the parking lot, the Junior Food Mart in Canton. But, that's the way things were. And we used to gather in different places. There would be events, like little carnivals and I don't know what we did for Easter egg hunts, I know, but I mean, we gathered. We don't gather anymore. And, if you go back to 1776, when our people were doing the Constitution, they gathered. They gathered in church. They gathered in pubs. We don't have any pubs. We're lacking in pubs in the South, period. And we don't gather as a group from our community. It's like, for instance, we have these HOAs, and you will get inside your HOA, but then this HOA really doesn't work with the HOA next door. We're all kind of different. We're all kind of want this and want that. But I mean, it seems to me, and y'all just correct me if I'm wrong. It seems to me each HOA should be working to find somebody to put on the ballot to run for office. If every HOA in Madison County or in Jackson or wherever you are in your district, if you put up one person from your HOA to run for office, you may wind up with 25, 30 people on the ballot running for an office. Guess what? You'll have a different results than dealing with one person on the ballot who gets reelected just because nobody's running against them, or, you get more people involved in voting. I mean, and everybody in the world, is afraid to run for office. And when they're afraid to run to office, they say, Chip, what if I lose? Well, losing after running for office is not a big deal. Now, I will tell you, it is crushing. And after everybody was losing in the last supervisor's race and in all those races, I went to everybody that lost and said, don't give up. Now, I didn't get to Chris Davis because once he got underground, he got underground. But I mean, the reality is people get out and get the fight, and they expose. Chris Davis did a heck of a job of exposing Delbert the Democrat. He was showing you what Delbert was going to do. And because Delbert is the Democrat, he was not able to lead and get people, because we're the Christian coalition or just the real conservatives are starting to show their head. And so things are harder for them to get through that they want to get through. So what do we do? We put new people in office, and we need to find people outside the current mold. It would be great to find a businessman, just like back when Fordyce ran for governor. That was a businessman. He hadn't been a part of the system. He just ran for office and got in. I think of Dr. John. Dr. John, they messed him over when they took the word doctor, since he ran his whole campaign on the fact that he was Dr. John, pretty much. When they took his name off and didn't put it the way he put on his application, he was Dr. John blah. He put it on there, and you put on there exactly how you want your name to appear on the ballot, and then he didn't get that, and that's just some election shenanigans, some things that go on that are not right, that the parties seem to approve. It seems like they would look at the application and the people on these, because first you have to go through your primary, Republican or Democrat, and they need to do the right thing. And then the party should not be involved in endorsing a candidate until it's the general election. They shouldn't start endorsing one guy over the other. It shouldn't be like that. You're never going to break the establishment until you break the establishment. And, one day it'll all happen. But right now, and when you look at the Republican Party currently, they'll put an arm on anybody's chest. They took in those 10 Democrats from Benny Thompson's district this past year and said they converted them. Did they convert them? Or are they just more rhinos in the shed? More rhinos in the shed. That's what I think. I may be wrong. Prove me wrong. But having them in the shed, having that supermajority, having all the things that you need, you didn't get a budget done. You didn't get a lot accomplished. Give us back our ballot initiative. Tate Reeves, everybody call him and say, look, if you're going to call a special session, and a special session can only be called for the things, narrowed it down to, you only can talk about this and what needs to be done. So they will be going in to do the budget because they have to do that before July 1st. Okay. But why don't we just say, let's go ahead and settle the ballot initiative? It would be so easy to settle the ballot initiative. Say it's based on the number of, because the amount of number, you know, when it was 5 and you only could get 20% of 5 districts, guess what? It's the same number for 20% of 4 districts. It's 20% of the state. And 4 districts or 5 districts. It doesn't matter. And that only gets it on the ballot. That doesn't make it win. And I know you're voting to put things in the Constitution. And of course, we've done this in the past, and everybody got freaked out when medical marijuana was going to go into the Constitution, which I agree that didn't need to happen. Okay? I believe that, and that only happened because the leadership at the state did not want to touch marijuana. They want to kick it down the road, act like it's not something you got to deal with. It's something you got to deal with. You need to decide how to enforce marijuana a little bit better. I mean, because, for instance, I sit in a red light and a cloud of smoke takes me over. You know, I don't understand. I mean, it's so strong everywhere, and you don't do anything about it. And I believe that if a policeman smells the marijuana, it'd be the same as having an open beer in the car. Okay, let's go. Everybody's going. And it doesn't matter. You can't be smoking pot and riding around. It's the same as open container. But you haven't given them a law that will allow them to do that. You haven't put the infrastructure in place. It's like the election laws. Michael Watson is in charge of elections, but he has no authority to fix anything in elections. You can report it to him, and then he can lobby for it. But as far as fix anything, nothing's fixed. It's all garbage. It's all garbage. So let's get down to fixing some things that we need to fix. And the first thing we got to do is start finding people to put on the ballot to make things happen. We've got to do that. We have got to fix the system. And only voting does that. So this week, let's go back to it. What's your thing? We have absentee voting this week because the only thing you can vote for are the people that are on the ballot. You're stuck with them, so you need to know who to vote for. You need to figure out who in your neighborhood should. And if you have friends in your district or your neighbor or in Jackson, you really can go next door and to the burned out house, bang on it, and see if there's some homeless people there, and ask them who were they voting for. You know, figure it all out and get it done. But we're going to vote this week absentee through Saturday at noon. Then we're going to church on Sunday. And then for the 80% of y'all that have not voted at all in any election for the last 100 years, it seems, you are going to get off your butts Tuesday and go to the polls and vote in the Democratic primary or Republican primary. It's the runoff. It's the runoff. And we're going to have less people show up, even though I'm reminding you right now that you need to go vote. It's sad, but that's that. That's the world we live in. Nobody cares. But it gives me a radio job. It gives me something to talk about. It gives me something, because if I ain't bitching, I ain't got nothing to talk about, right? Thank you. We'll be back in a second right here on WYAB.
B3 Catering is sure to please everyone. Find Burgers Blues Barbecue online and click the catering tab or just give us a call. And when you're dining out, visit Burgers Blues Barbecue in Flowood, Brandon, or Madison for incredible plates served fresh daily. Burgers Blues Barbecue and B3 Catering, a delicious combination.
Looking for the perfect spot to unwind with friends and family? El Patrio Mexican Restaurant is calling your name. With locations in Flowood and Cross Gates, Brandon, El Patrio is the cozy, family-owned gym where great food meets great times. Enjoy El Patrio's signature margaritas and happy hour specials that keep their customers coming back for more. Indulge in their authentic Mexican dishes prepared with love and served in a warm, family-friendly atmosphere. Come to El Patrio and taste the traditions. El Patrio, where family, flavor, and fun come together.
Hi, Kim Wade here. Are you craving a home-cooked meal without the hassle? Come over to McBee's Bar and Grill in Ridgeland for their Blue Plate lunch specials. Served up every weekday, at McBee's is a different entree every day. Chicken spaghetti on Mondays, beef tip Tuesday, pork chop Wednesday, spaghetti Thursday, and catfish Fridays. And McBee's Blue Plate lunch comes with 2 classic Southern sides and cornbread or a roll. McBee's specials are served every weekday from 11 to 2. McBee's, buzzing the res since 1982.
This is Jack Hoffman. For nearly 31 years, Tico's Steakhouse has been a staple of fine dining in Jackson, Mississippi. Dad has long since desired for me to come work alongside him. And now that I'm here, I would like to invite you to come experience our family tradition of our hospitality, sizzling steaks, and healthy poured beverages. Our dining rooms are open and we are taking reservations. Our private rooms are also available along with takeout. Call today or stop in to experience Tico's in the second generation.
Tico's Steakhouse, East County Line Road in Ridgeland, 601-956-1030.
Hey everybody, it's John at Two Gun Tactical. We're having Kim Wade Wednesdays at both locations. So you come in and mention Kim Wade on a Wednesday, you get half price range fees. Hey, if you're a member, we're going to give you an extra free target just for mentioning Kim Wade Show. Come on in and work on your shooting and exercise that 2A right that if we don't fight for it, we won't have it much longer. It's twoguntactical.com. That's the number 2guntactical.com.
Looking to boost productivity and morale in the office? Let Huey Magoo's bring a delicious stress-free lunch right to your workplace. Perfect for team meetings, client presentations, or just a midday pick-me-up. Hand-breaded and grilled tenders, sandwiches, and salads. They make it easy. Just pick your favorites, and they'll deliver everything right to your office. On time, no fuss, no hassle. Whether it's a working lunch, team celebration, or just because, let Huey Magoo's handle the meal, and you handle the business. Huey Magoo's. Make someone smile today.
Doctor, the AC doctor, what's your diagnosis? My whole house was hot as a fever. Now my house frozen, cause my air conditioning's on. Doctor, my AC's broken. Doctor, the AC doctor, heal my house, bless my soul.
The AC Doctors is your one-stop provider for air conditioning and heating installation, service, and repair. Contact us for money-saving repairs and lower energy bills.
Doctor, the AC doctor, heal my house, bless my soul.
Google the AC Doctors and get some relief today. TheACDR.com.
Welcome back to the Chip Matthews Show, and here is your host.
Good. Wednesday morning right here on the Chip Matthews Show. Hump Day! I went all day without saying that. Hump Day. Clay will be in here at 7 o'clock, and then you'll be through with me. But let me remind you, you got to do something good for yourself today and do something good for yourself every day. But just let's do one thing good. And that doesn't mean go eat a Twinkie and some Little Debbie's. That means do something good for yourself today. Clean something up. If it's just down your driveway, okay? Just something. Do something to help the world be just a little bit better place. Say something nice to somebody. Say good morning to somebody. Find somebody and just say good morning to them. And say, Chip sent me. And then it'll just be better. We need safe and clean cities. And you need to vote to make sure that is what's going to happen. Because in Canton this morning, you'll be able to ride through Canton, go down Peace Street, and you'll be going back some of the historic houses. Of course, there's some tall grass and this, that, and the other that needs to be dealt with. The city is not clean. But you'll see Jolynn out there walking her dogs this morning, because that's what she does. And you'll see her every morning and every afternoon right there in Canton, walking those dogs. And that is good, because everybody needs that. Okay, that works. So my brother just sent me a message. Good morning, Roger. How about that? There you go. He's off working and doing the right thing. What are you doing today? And are you going to church Sunday? That's what I want to know. Are you planning it? Or are you going to go vote today? Are you going to go to the courthouse and say, I'm going to go ahead and vote absentee where I will be ahead? And you didn't go to courthouse. You go to City Hall. Okay. Each little city is doing whatever. And I know there's a Democratic primary everywhere. And if somebody's calling me in on the phone, we're not going to be able to take that call because we just don't have enough time. We don't have enough time. Well, let's just see. Let's see if we have enough time to do one phone call. Good morning, WYB. Let's see if we can do this. Morning.
Morning, Chip.
Okay, you got a minute and a half. Yeah, we can do this.
So I need about 15 seconds.
Okay, you got it.
Since you're talking about elections this morning, people need to go ahead and be thinking about who they want to run for governor, for lieutenant governor, for attorney general, for secretary of state.
And they don't need to be picking from the pot that they have. They need,
no, because we're going to keep getting the same thing over and over and over.
You get the same results with the same group of people. Delbert is not supposed to just move on up to being governor.
I hear they have room at St. Catherine's Village for him.
That's exactly where he needs to go. Or he can go hang out with Biden. I mean, he's got a lot of, they're a lot alike.
Well, yeah. He must be putting color in his hair.
Who, Biden?
no,
Delbert,
that's lack of color.
Delbert don't have much hair. I mean, he needs to go ahead. There's a point where you have to surrender and let it go.
That's right. Well, that's what I'm doing.
Well, I hadn't gotten there yet, but I'm getting close. Have a
good rest of your day.
Thank you. Thank you for calling in. Well, that's going to do it for us today here. Remember, the Jameson Haygood Show comes up at 10 o'clock right here on the radio and worldwide. With the Good Fight, and he'll be telling you more about what's going on. Sean and Lindsay at noon. Jameson, what's his name? Kim Wade, the next mayor of Jackson, will be on at 4 o'clock. And of course, coming up next, right here at 7 o'clock, the one, the only, the fabulous, the wonderful, in his own mind, Clay Edwards, and the Clay Edwards Show, which, he has done wonders the last few years and has just really taken off. I am Chip Matthews. I will see you out there on the town. I'll be out at Acme Pizza tonight. Come out and see me. See y'all later. Thank you, WYAB.